And today's hearing is happening as Combs' lawyers are accusing prosecutors of manipulating a disturbing video.
Diddy's legal troubles just hit a new low, and the drama is escalating fast. In an unexpected twist, the hip-hop mogul's own lawyer has dropped him in the middle of ongoing court proceedings. After months of defending Diddy, the lawyer has reportedly lost confidence in both the case and his client, leaving the situation even more precarious than before. Things just got a lot more complicated for Diddy. Why are they suddenly not interested in the case? Will Diddy be getting a new lawyer? Discover why Diddy's attorney says "I'm out" and exits courtroom as shocking new evidence surfaces against him. From confidence to chaos as his lawyers walk away. Sean Diddy Combs, the legendary music mogul and cultural icon, was recently arrested in New York on serious charges related to trafficking, organized crime, and illegal activities. The news of his arrest sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, but what followed made the situation even more explosive. Diddy's longtime lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, who had initially stood by him, has now stepped away from the case after new evidence emerged. When Diddy was first arrested, Agnifilo appeared confident and ready to fight. Speaking to reporters outside a Manhattan courthouse, Agnifilo expressed his belief in Diddy's innocence and reassured the public that the mogul had been cooperating with authorities. He also revealed that Diddy had planned to surrender voluntarily, having moved to New York weeks earlier in agreement with the U.S. Attorney's Office. However, the situation unfolded differently, as Diddy was arrested in a surprise police action, causing panic within his legal team. "We knew this was coming," Agnifilo told reporters. "He's innocent of these allegations and we're ready to prove it. He came here to fight it head on, and to date he has been nothing but compliant with law enforcement. Diddy is not guilty, and we're going to fight like hell to get him out of this." The lawyer painted a picture of a man who was calm, confident, and determined to clear his name. Diddy's legal team had been unified in their defense of him. Earlier in the year, another lawyer, Aaron Dyer, criticized the authorities for using aggressive tactics when executing search warrants at Diddy's properties in Los Angeles and Miami. Dyer described the police action as an unjustified display of power, calling it a witch hunt fueled by meritless civil liability claims. "They have no proof to back up the accusation," Dyer declared. "This is rash judgment based on baseless allegations. It's not about criminal or civil liability here, and Diddy's going to fight every day to clear his name." But now the case has taken a dramatic turn. Recently, an indictment consisting of 14 pages was unsealed, revealing new information that includes detailed records of communication, financial transactions, and testimonies from individuals involved in the case. The new evidence is reportedly more damning than initially suspected, and it appears to have shaken the confidence of Diddy's legal team. After reviewing this evidence, sources claim that Mark Agnifilo, who had previously been outspoken in his support for Diddy, decided to step away from the case. And while Agnifilo has not publicly explained his reasons, insiders suggest that the new information has made the defense team's position far more complex than they had anticipated. "It's not about abandoning him," one source shared, "but the case is much more complicated than they initially believed." This unexpected shift in Diddy's defense strategy raises questions about the future of his case. Just a few days ago, his legal team strongly asserted his innocence and vowed to fight the charges. Now, with lawyers abandoning him, the outlook is uncertain. Diddy remains in jail, and the case is progressing, with the sudden resignation of his legal team casting doubt on his previously unshakable confidence. For now, Diddy faces these serious allegations with uncertainty hanging over him. Known for his resilience, this challenge is unlike anything he has encountered before. The story is still unfolding, and much more is expected to come in this troubling saga. Diddy's life, career, and legacy are all on the line in a battle that could drastically alter his future. What was the new evidence that caused his lawyers to leave him hanging? Let's find out. The shocking details behind federal raids, new federal seizures of Sean Diddy Combs' expensive homes in Miami and Los Angeles have created a media frenzy of charges that has stunned many. The music mogul, known for his larger-than-life persona and business empire, now faces a mountain of legal trouble following the discovery of alarming evidence during the searches. A federal indictment unsealed this week alleges that Diddy was part of a massive racketeering operation involving coercion, mistreatment, and exploitation, according to authorities. The indictment paints a troubling picture of what federal agents say went on behind closed doors at Diddy's homes. Authorities allege that the 54-year-old music icon orchestrated what they call a coordinated conspiracy involving inappropriate behavior towards women and others over a long period. Diddy is now under indictment for racketeering and transporting persons for immoral purposes, among other charges. Perhaps the most disturbing allegation is of what have been called freak-out private gatherings, where Diddy has allegedly controlled performances involving women, which he allegedly recorded. According to investigators, some of the women were allegedly recruited by Diddy's employees and staff who worked to ensure his access to these individuals. These women were reportedly transported across state lines, and federal agents claimed that controlled substances were provided to keep them compliant. When agents of the federal government searched Diddy's massive mansion at 2-Star Island Drive, Miami Beach, and his estate in Los Angeles, the items they reportedly seized added fuel to the fire. Agents say they found what they described as freak-off supplies, including hundreds of bottles of baby oil and lubricants, along with illegal substances such as ketamine and ecstasy. The raids also led to the discovery of several firearms. Authorities claimed they uncovered 3 AR-15 style rifles with scratched off serial numbers, along with a high-capacity drum magazine. These observations contributed to another side of the story that deepened the seriousness of this case and fueled anxieties regarding the possible unlawful possession of firearms. Investigators have charged that Diddy and his team did not merely attenuate these two events, but actually enhance the gatherings. The indictment alleges that they would allegedly do so thereafter and seek out participants and confront them with recordings of the events in an effort to keep them quiet. In this strategy, as pointed out by the federal agencies, the purpose was to threaten someone and dishearten them from reporting. The unveiling of the indictment has created a seismic impact on the entertainment landscape, which has blackened Diddy's professional image and standing. The music mogul who built the iconic Bad Boy Records and became one of the most recognizable figures in the industry now finds himself at the center of a scandal that threatens to overshadow decades of success. The accusations are extremely disturbing and have left a lot of patrons and observers wondering in shock. While Diddy's legal team initially expressed confidence in his innocence, the details emerging from the case have created a storm of controversy. The evidence presented so far has been described as extensive, and the legal battle ahead promises to be lengthy and complex. At present, the career of the music icon is in question as he awaits in the courtroom to answer to these charges. This case is not just a question of legal penalty, but also one that has an impact on his reputation, his family, and his fans, all trying to reconcile the charges with the person they used to admire for so long. This is far from the end, and with every new finding, the stakes increase. Once an untouchable figure in entertainment, Diddy is now fighting for his life to clear his good name and the safety of his empire. Allegations from Beyond the Grave, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, a memoir by Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-lover, reportedly compiles diary entries detailing shocking accusations about Diddy, including claims of mistreatment, infidelity, and involvement in inappropriate activities. This memoir, released by Los Angeles-based producer Chris Todd, a book published only days prior to Diddy's recent indictment, brings disturbing questions to light about the music and media mogul. The memoir reveals a disturbing portrait of Diddy's life outside of the studio, sparking public interest and controversy. Kim Porter, who passed away in 2018, shared 4 children with Diddy and was a longtime partner. The memoir, reportedly made from her personal diary notes kept on a portable drive and given to friends before her passing, contains a series of disturbing assertions. Chris Todd, writing under the alias Jamal T. Millwood, claims to have published the memoir, which has since become an Amazon bestseller. One of the most alarming allegations involves inappropriate conduct. Porter claimed to have found videos of Diddy's private moments stored in a bedroom vault. According to the memoir, she discovered tapes showing encounters with people she had never expected, including a well-known pop star when they were just 18 years old. The two parties were different, okay, the book states, but it was hard to look at Sean interacting with young people and think nothing at all. I had no idea what I had walked into. While the publisher has not supplied evidence directly in support of these statements, Todd claims that master copies of the audio tapes do exist and that they have been supplied to him by people associated with Porter. He also suggests attempts were made to sell the tapes to documentary producers in Hollywood. The memoir doesn't stop there. Porter describes a relationship filled with a toxic atmosphere, charges of controlling behavior, and even worse, physical injury. She recounts Diddy's alleged unfaithfulness and their unusual living situation, which often involved the presence of third parties and even switching partners at private parties. "We had what you could call an open relationship," Porter allegedly wrote. "At other times, I wake up in the morning and find Sean walking out to a different room with somebody else, sometimes a famous rapper or a married celebrity." The book also deals with Diddy's purported participation in previous controversies, for example, the 1999 nightclub incident. As per Porter's own assertions, Diddy allegedly conspired with others to place the blame on him in legal disputes, leaving those others to bear the brunt of the liabilities alone, such as rapper Shine. The memoir probes the alleged decadent but shadowy way of life Diddy lived. Porter points the finger at him for clandestine meetings and questionable behavior. These were no ordinary parties, the book asserts. These parties were pageantry out of a movie. Everyone desired to be part of it all, but no one in the world wanted the truth about what transpired behind every closed door. Kim Porter also detailed the emotional toll of being in such a relationship, writing about the complex dynamics of her life with the Bad Boy Records founder. She claims she stayed silent for years to protect her children, but kept detailed notes in her diary as a way to preserve the truth. Chris Todd, the producer who brought the memoir to light, has stated that he believes the allegations are credible given the source and supporting materials he claims to have received. "I was given diary entries, photos, and even told about the existence of tapes," he said in a statement. "There's no doubt in my mind that Kim wanted her story to be heard." Nevertheless, Todd has also been criticized for publishing the memoir right after Diddy's legal problems, and some have questioned his reasons. Despite this, Todd insists that his only goal is to share Kim's story with the world. Since the memoir has been circulating, it contributes further to the ongoing drama that is engulfing Sean Diddy Combs. Although Diddy's lawyers have not yet commented on the memoir in particular, the timing of its release may have important consequences for his personal image and legal proceedings. Kim Porter's alleged words have ignited a firestorm of speculation and scrutiny. They will all be watching closely as the plot develops. Diddy's possible connection to Tupac's tragic fate. Cheryl McCollum, a crime scene investigator who worked on the high-profile case of Tupac Shakur's 1996 murder, has recently reignited suspicions about Sean Diddy Combs' potential link to the rapper's untimely death. During an interview with News Nation, McCollum outlined a theory suggesting that Combs may have been connected to not only Tupac's fatal shooting, but also a violent attack on the rapper in 1994. McCollum focused on the 1994 incident at Tupac's Quad Studios, New York, in which Tupac was shot a total of 5 times during what was reported to have been a robbery. At the time, Diddy, along with about 40 other people, was reportedly in the same building. Strangely, no one else was harmed during the event, raising eyebrows about the circumstances. This began back in 1994 when Tupac was shot for the first time, McCollum said. "You don't need to shoot someone 5 times just to steal their jewelry or take their money." She added that it seemed unusual for only Tupac to be targeted when Diddy and his crew, who were nearby, had far more valuable items on them. Why does a single individual attack one, but not the 40 people who, assuming they had more cash, ornaments, and valuables? She asked. Tupac himself had doubts about the event. He also confessed out loud to Diddy, the Notorious Big, and Bad Boy Records in 1995 of their role in the shooting. Reflecting on the aftermath, in an interview with Vibe magazine, Tupac recalled how no one at the studio offered help or even acknowledged him as he entered visibly bleeding. "Nobody approached me. I noticed nobody would even look at me," he said, fueling his suspicions. Fast forward to 1996, and Tupac was tragically murdered in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas after a boxing match. McCollum highlighted eerie similarities between the two incidents, noting how Tupac seemed trapped both times, once in an elevator during the 1994 robbery, and then in a car during the fatal 1996 shooting. She also pointed out a puzzling lack of video evidence at both scenes, suggesting that someone close to Tupac may have known his whereabouts and played a role in orchestrating the attacks. On the other hand, there has been constant denial of any involvement on the part of Diddy and Biggie Smalls, although rumors regarding their possible connection have followed them for decades. These suspicions resurfaced after recent developments in the case, including Dwayne Keefe D. Davis being charged with Tupac's murder. Davis himself added fuel to the fire in a 2009 interview, claiming that Diddy had allegedly offered a $1 million bounty on Tupac's life. Tupac's family is reportedly considering filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy, further complicating the already murky narrative. McCollum's perspective has rekindled discussion of the rapper's untimely death and whether others may have participated in the conspiracy. Is there also a possibility of Diddy being involved in his ex-lover's death? Keep watching to know more. Kim Porter's death suggests conspiracy and cover-up. A week after Sean Diddy Combs' arrest, Al B. Sure, a well-known R&B singer, has taken to social media to share startling claims about the death of the model and actress Kim Porter. In a series of Instagram posts, Al B. Sure, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown, referred to Porter's death as a tragic murder. He believes there is a conspiracy surrounding her passing tied to her alleged knowledge of sensitive details about Combs, as well as efforts to stop the release of her memoir. Porter, who passed away in her California home at just 47 years old, was once in a relationship with Brown and later had an on and off romance with Combs. They shared 3 children, Christian Combs and twin daughters, Delilah and Jesse Combs. Porter also had a son, Quincy Brown. With Al B. Sure, the official cause of death was lobar pneumonia after she was found in her Toluca Lake home showing symptoms of influenza. However, Al B. Sure believes her death was far from natural. According to him, Porter was preparing to publish a memoir that contained highly sensitive and potentially damaging information about powerful individuals, including Combs. Porter's memoir, allegedly saved on a USB flash drive by Porter, was finally made public on Amazon in September 2024 by record man Chris Todd, who published under the nom de guerre Jamal T. Millwood. Todd claims to have received the drive from a trusted source, saying, "I was lucky enough to meet someone who claimed to have Kim Porter's flash drive." Al B. Shore also reported that he had weird discussions with Porter prior to her death, during which she disclosed her vision for the book and the book itself. He says that these sessions were her attempts to safeguard him and others from future damage. In his posts, Al B. Shore pointed out that Porter's notes and devices, including her computer, mysteriously vanished after her death. He thinks this is the kind of evidence that may help interpret what happened. He further reported on a newly released public indictment document, which he argues provides evidence for a larger conspiracy involving Combs and others in the entertainment business. Miss Porter's memoir contains the incriminating information that has been a loss, Akshay, he declared. "I'm convinced that evidence lines up closely with the information in the recently released indictment." He even hinted at connections to other unsolved deaths of prominent artists, saying entertainment insiders would have a clearer understanding of the obvious. Al B. Shore revealed he has spent years trying to bring attention to Porter's case, but says his efforts have been ignored. He also claims he was deliberately silenced while trying to uncover the truth. In 2023, the singer experienced a severe health crisis, ending up in a coma with multiple organ failures. He lived on a ventilator for 38 days and then underwent a liver transplant. Concerning his experience, he thinks it was one step in a broader effort to silence him. Attorney Erica Wolf, who represents Combs, answered The Hollywood Reporter's query in defense of the memoir, portraying it as a lie, a defamation, and a misuse of Kim Porter's memory. She also explained that the so-called memoir was baseless and called it a defamatory and commercial exploitation of tragedy. Wolf also pointed out that Chris Todd had shown utter disregard for Porter and her family, who she maintained deserved much more. She then stated that, in fact, it was a matter of record that Porter did indeed succumb to natural causes and that she should be permitted to be in peace. Life was a kaleidoscope of beauty and ability for Kim Porter, but in death, more questions than solutions remain. Al B. Shore's accusations create a dark picture of a purported cover-up around her memoir and her relationships with powerful people. Although his assertion is and has continued to be unproven, it has re-energized debate about Porter's death and has sparked questions about whether some semblance of justice was really obtained. Are there other new cases against Diddy? Let's find out more. Diddy faces another lawsuit. A new case is being brought against Sean Diddy Combs by fashion designer Brianna Bana Bongolan, who alleges he suspended her from the 17th floor balcony as part of a dispute in 2016. As alleged in the lawsuit, the incident happened while Bongolan was visiting Diddy's former girlfriend Cassie Ventura's apartment. Bongolan charges that Diddy entered the apartment, confronted her as she was on the balcony, and then attacked her by grabbing her. She alleges that he lifted her up and then swung her over the edge while she tried to get out. According to the lawsuit, Ventura intervened, but Diddy is accused of grabbing Bongolan and pulling her back onto the balcony by slamming her onto patio furniture. Bongolan, who at the time weighed around 100 pounds, says she doesn't know what provoked the incident, but believes it was part of a pattern of threats and mistreat she experienced from Diddy throughout their professional relationship. She is seeking $10 million in damages. And indeed, this lawsuit is the second case after 2023, wherein Cassie Ventura alleged misbehavior and misconduct against Diddy. Ms. Bongolan further claims that she endured a pattern of terror and harm throughout her professional relationship with Combs, which began when the music mogul initially sought her out to collaborate on projects including a clothing line and album cover art. Diddy, currently incarcerated in New York, has refuted all of the allegations in the current lawsuit as well as the previous ones. He continues to dispute the allegations as baseless and is sure that these will be disproven in the trial. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave nice comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting content. Check out another interesting video by clicking on the video appearing on your screen right now.